Our team at Viper UGC has been working together for about a year now, and I wanted to put together a video to highlight some of the DCMs that we've published, talk about our process, our plans for the future, all that, because frankly, we're doing some awesome stuff and I want to share it with you all. Viper UGC has now published 3 competitive Deadrop experiences, including Showdown, Assault, and Payload. Our team's approach is to create DCMs, which stands for Deadrop Creator Modes, if you haven't been paying attention to the Snapshot 7.5 Lua scripting process, that will keep players coming back for more and more and stand on their own long term, that will keep people playing Deadrop, whether they like VES, they're looking out for an experience, different from VES, a change of pace, so on. So a lot of the modes that multiplayer games put out, created modes within Forge and Halo, for example, or, Fortnite creative experiences, they're really fun palette cleansers and experiences, but you likely wouldn't want to keep playing them all day. Take my 2 in the barrel mode, for example, which is a riff on One in the Chamber from games like Call of Duty or Splitgate. It's really fun to play here and there, I'm proud of it, but you probably wouldn't sit there and play it all day for hours on end, right? Showdown, Assault, and Payload, which our team at Viper UGC have produced, have all been designed to be modes that you can essentially play non-stop. We feel they're very strong experiences now, but we've also got plans to evolve them into the future, and we're going to talk about each of these modes now and how they're going to evolve over time. So Showdown was our team's first DCM, and when we came together as Viper UGC, our core idea was we wanted to make a 1v1 FPS. That was it. 1v1 duels, that's the idea. And once Lua scripting became enabled in Deadrop Snapshot 7.5, Showdown was the closest thing that we can get to that, and it has pushed our own mindset, going back to that 1v1 FPS idea. This is akin to Call of Duty Gunfight, if you're familiar with that. It starts with, at minimum, teams of 2, but it supports larger teams as well, as all Deadrop DCMs do right now. But anyway, 2 teams are placed on the smallest version of Canyon, and head-to-head PvP combat matches are very quick. It's best of 7 rounds, 1 life per round, and every round you spawn with a new loadout, and everybody, your teammates and your opponents, have the same loadout, so everybody's always on equal footing. So 1 round you spawn with, let's say, a sniper and a knife. Everybody in that round has got a sniper and a knife. You gotta eliminate the other team. You win the round, you respawn the next round. Now you've got a heavy pistol and a pump shotgun. So does everybody else. It constantly makes you change your play style, play the map to the weapon set that you got, and it's really great as a Deadrop training tool. It gets you right into PvP combat. No looting, no extracting, not a lot of map knowledge needed. You just jump right in on a small map, fight other players. First team to win 4 rounds in the best of 7 wins. And the idea here is, again, to be quick, accessible, get in, warm up, practice, head-to-head combat, competitive, that's it. And we have lots of plans for the future of Showdown. We're working on, we envision tournaments and stuff. And all of our modes we plan to support with, experiences like battle passes, Viper UGC themed cosmetics and skins, unlockables. We've even talked about some lore within our modes and our world and maybe characters. We've got plenty of plans, no promises on some of those things, but we do plan to have Viper UGC themed cosmetics, which we'll touch on in the future. But the biggest thing for Showdown, other than being a very competitive mode, head-to-head experience, is we are planning original maps of our design, many of which we've already begun designing, and tools that we do have at our disposal, like Halo Forge, like UEFN, even some Unreal Engine 5, to kind of test these maps now. So when we get the map editor for Deadrop, whenever that comes, whatever it looks like, we already have map designs that we've tested, we've played, they know they feel good, and now we just need to create them within Deadrop and publish them within Deadrop. We're very excited about this. We've got plenty of maps already designed for Showdown, and there's something special about it. Our second DCM we made as a team is called Assault. This is essentially a Counter-Strike style, tactical shooter style experience with a full economy, a buy round. One team's an attacker, you have to plant the bomb and then detonate it. The defending team has to prevent that from happening. Either disarm the bomb or kill all the players on the enemy team. Either team can win by doing that and disarming the bomb if you're the defenders. But it was a big endeavor to create a full economy and a buy round in the beginning and figuring out these challenges. This is on the medium version of Canyon. Again, this feels very competitive, very team-oriented. is designed for 5v5 to work best. But with that said, you can't limit the number of players in Deadrop DCMs right now, so it does support more than that. If more players in that queue, requires a minimum of 4 like all Deadrop DCMs, and it feels a lot like a Counter-Strike or a Valorant minus hero abilities. More on that later. But anyway, that's what Assault is. It's essentially the tactical shooter Counter-Strike style experience. And again, this is something we are planning original maps for. We've already started designing some. I've been designing a prison-themed map on stream. I've showed it off a couple times. Gatsville Fire is working on a map himself. And, you know, tactical shooters, the great thing about those is you don't need to have a ton of maps. You know, people have been playing Dust 2 and only Dust 2 in Counter-Strike for 20 years. You need to have a few really well-designed maps. I think Valorant launched with 3 maps, right? Like, you only need to have 3 or 4 really strong maps to launch, rotate players through, because map knowledge is essential in tactical shooters, and designing maps in a tactical format is also a unique challenge. It's not the same as designing an arena shooter map or a battle royale map or an extraction shooter map. We're working on that, again, planning different cosmetics, battle passes, all those things across all of our modes. We'll see how that rolls out in the future, but we want to reward our players for playing our modes for sure, and keeping people within, you know, the Deadrop space. That's the ultimate goal here, is to give people different experiences to play within Deadrop, and our goal is always to make the best experiences that we can make to keep people playing Deadrop and our modes, because we want to be the best. I mean, let's be honest. And then comes Payload, our most recent publication. When we first had the idea to do this, we had the idea, like, there was 2 separate ideas. Like, one day, maybe somebody or maybe us will be able to do a hero shooter in Deadrop. And I put together a video on this channel conceptualizing all of these characters with unique weapons, abilities, looks, you know, all that stuff, right? But it was like you know, maybe a few years down the road we'll be able to do this. And we're like, well, maybe we can do Payload though and be able to push an objective across the map. Then Olap, our scripting genius, the team started talking, and we're like, hold on, maybe we can actually do this hero shooter thing, and we did. So not only do we have Payload, where a team has to, you know, push a payload across the map. Right now we are on the bottom floor of Proving Ground 2 for Payload, by the way. The defending team has to stop them. Fully functioning Payload mode. We also have hero classes, hero characters with unique character models within the game right now. You know, we're using what Midnight Society has provided because that's what we have to do right now. You know, unique weapons, and they have abilities as well. We have a fully functioning healer class. We have tanks, we have DPS, and we're already working on a major update expanding all of the abilities, giving virtually every class more abilities, make it feel even more fleshed out than it is right now. And we're not gonna lie, it's pretty wild. It's really in-depth. I think we're at like 4,000 lines of Lua code right now, and it's rapidly expanding. We're planning other classes. We have a whole design sheet full of future classes with weapons that we can't create right now, but we will be able to create in the future when we get the asset creation tool in Deadrop. You know, potential visual themes for those characters being characters of our own creation. You know, I'm sure Spaceman's gonna write lore for all of them because he's a lore nerd. We got maps being planned. It's wild. While there's still plenty of Deadrop UGC tools to come, like I said, asset creation tool, map editor, stuff to make your own, like, actual weapons, stuff to make your own skins and publish them, stuff to make your own maps. We are laying the foundations for our experiences, which will continue to evolve in Deadrop over time. Right now, we've got a very small scale, you know, head-to-head direct PvP mode and Showdown. We've got basically a tactical shooter, you know, very strategic, round-based, attack and defend, bomb plant with an economy. And then we've got a hero shooter, which allows us to make, again, where you'll need those custom weapons and custom skin creation for custom heroes and characters of our own creation. We've laid the foundations for modes that kind of set the tone for a lot of, you know, potential for Deadrop UGC, if I do say so myself, in the future. And we've got plans to expand all of them. Like I said, original maps and weapons in some of them, and characters and abilities in others. And, you know, this wouldn't be happening without a team of people that's working together with different skill sets. Everybody's, contributing something or another. It's been a wild experience. It's almost like our own miniature development team. We've got so many plans for the future. You've seen stuff on screen during this video. We're concepting different characters and skins, and yes, we are using, or I am using, I will take the full responsibility, Midjourney. We don't have a concept artist. We're doing what we can with the tools that we have with a budget of 0, right? Like, we are planning for the future. That's what I really want to communicate to everybody is right now in this early days in Deadrop. Deadrop is not even released in early access yet. It's not even on console yet, but there's some basic tools here with Lua scripting, or even you have tools at your disposal to plan what you're gonna make. It can be more than just an idea in your head. You can put the first steps forward right now, whether you're using actual Lua scripting, going into Unreal, and making models so that when you do get the tools in Deadrop, you got your ideas fleshed out. You can use, whether you draw them yourself or Photoshop them or use Midjourney. You can plan different visual elements and get ideas for maps you're gonna design. There's a million different things you can do. And at Viper UGC, we're actually doing them. So we have a whole bunch of socials. We have a YouTube channel for Viper UGC, a Twitter account, an Instagram. I encourage you all to follow us over there, but I wanted to make this video to help show the Midnight Mare audience what we're doing, make sure you're tuned into it, and that you can check out these experiences that we've made between Showdown, Assault, and Payload. We play them, our own little team plays them every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We invite you to join us. Just jump into the 12 a.m. Discord with us and we'll explain how to queue up for them using the refiner codes. There's also a DCM night every Tuesday night, an official one where the community plays basically any DCM that anybody creates. If you're not familiar with DCM still, I really recommend jumping into lobbies with us, seeing what people are working on, offering your feedback. And if you have feedback on any of our modes, by the way, you can leave it down below in the description of this video, jump into our Discord and chat with us, tweet us, whatever. The feedback on our modes certainly helps us drive them forward, especially Payload is by far the most complex mode we've ever made. The balance is something that we are totally in control of, and we need people to play it and experience it, offer their feedback, make sure that we can really nail it and make it feel as competitive and have that real tug-of-war feeling that Payload gives when it's executed well in a game like Overwatch or Team Fortress. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy experience to be making stuff like this in Deadrop already. So follow us over at Viper UGC virtually everywhere. YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. We've even got a Twitch and a Kick channel, I think. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for all the Deadrop and Midnight Society coverage. That's what this channel is all about. Join me on Twitch. And I just got a feeling we're going to get an update from Midnight Society on something coming soon here in May or June. It's just a feeling. It's just speculation, not a promise. But make sure you're tuned in, subscribe, because I'll be updating you all the second that happens. We've been hearing about certain elements moving forward with the console versions and stuff. I think we're going to get some news in the relatively near future as we move closer and closer to that early access type release later this year with arted maps and so on. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. May Reynolds out. This video is sponsored by Fortnite. Support a creator code MARE. That's all you gotta do is plug MARE into your Fortnite or Epic Game Store. Support a creator slot. Whenever you make a purchase, and a portion of that purchase will go towards supporting my content. It costs you nothing. Just plug it in anytime you see support a creator in Fortnite or the Epic Game Store, and it will directly support my channel and help increase the budget for content like our live action Deadrop short film, Midnight, which you can go watch right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. MAYOR in your supporter creator slot. Thanks a lot.